this song is meaningless. Well, chances are it's probably meaningless to you. You're probably thinking, it's just a generic country song about trains and sadness. I mean, I don't see that. But for me, when I listen to I'm Blue, I'm Lonesome by Marty Stewart, it evokes a virtual reality playback reel of the sights and the sounds and the feelings of mountain roads on vacation when I was young. When I listened to this song as a child, it became inescapably linked to what I was experiencing as the song played. Now, there isn't anything necessarily musically great about this song. Nothing special? Are you kidding me? I mean, oh my God. But when I hear that iconic fiddle intro today, instantly recalls those experiences. Seeing tall, beautiful trees with leaves turning colors, driving a car on a cliffside with no guardrail, the experience of having bears trying to get in to the cabin. Now, since you likely didn't listen to this song when you were on vacation in the mountains when you were young, it probably is just a typical generic country song about trains and sadness. You see, music is intensely personal because of the experiences that it evokes. A song that might be deeply moving to someone might be painfully boring to somebody else. Or a song that might be exciting and boundary pushing to that same person might sound like cacophonous noise to somebody else. But that doesn't invalidate the fact that both of those songs had impact on certain people. It was just individually targeted impact. But this truth extends beyond music. Just how often do we write something off because it doesn't connect with us? Now check this out. Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood said something that really does apply to this. Check it out. One Sunday, I heard the worst sermon anyone could ever give. As he finished, I was ready to give him my unspoken failing grade, but I happened to look at the woman who was sitting beside me. With moist eyes, she turned and said, "That preacher said exactly what I needed to hear." Well, that service turned out to be one of the most important times of my life. Obviously, something had happened between that preacher's sermon and the woman in need. It hadn't happened to me, but of course I had come there in judgment, not in need. Ever since that day, I've recognized that all I need to do is give the best that I can, and God will translate it into whatever is needed most. You see, God works through us to impact others at just the right time. It might not affect or even make sense to some, but to others, or perhaps just one, it could be what brings them down from that ledge, so to speak. How wild is it that God knows just the right time and just the right place to make these paths cross so that somebody is impacted right when they need to be? I mean, we see it all through the Bible. In Psalm 147:5, it says, "Great is our Lord and abundant in strength. His understanding is infinite." Psalm 139:4 says, "Even before there's a word on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all." In Isaiah 46:9 and 10, God tells us that I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me. I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come. God is a master craftsman, and our lives are threads in the perfect tapestry of his kingdom. You could turn it around, and the backside is an infinitely complex web of the threads of our lives going over and under and around in what seems to be a mess of crossed paths. But then when we turn it around, we see a infinitely beautiful arrangement of these threads, making a picture that is greater than each individual thread, and it reveals the intricate planning and carefulness of the crafter. God has things laid out. We simply need to bring our absolute best to the table and let him take care of the rest. Sometimes we might be the one that he uses to impact somebody else, or sometimes we might be the one who needs impacting. But whenever we find ourselves in a situation where we're in neither of those categories, we ought not overlook the fact that God is at work in greater ways than we can imagine. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.